time for bronze here in Antalya. Denisa Barankova, 19 years old, from Slovakia, takes on Kirstine Andersen, the 23-year-old Dane.
On target number 1, representing Slovakia, Denisa Barankova. On target number 2, representing Denmark, Kirstine Andersen. The line judge for this match is Chaba Toth. Shooting first is target number 1, Denisa Barankova.
So it will be the Slovakian who will shoot first. Denisa Barankova, correct me if I'm wrong, Nikki, qualified an individual spot for Slovakia and is likely to be the one to take that spot for the Olympic Games.
Yeah, that's right. We saw that on Friday, didn't we, in the quota tournament. She came away in the count back with a Olympic quota spot.
Kirstine Andersen for Denmark. Well, they've got one female athlete qualified. It's not going to be her, is it?
No, Denmark early announced that it would be Maja Jager who take that spot.
Well, here she is, the Slovakian Denisa Barankova. Got another chance in a podium match here to get us underway. Starts with an 8. The Slovakian pocket rocket.
8.
Pair of 8s from these two young archers.
7.
Drifting off to the left there, Nikki.
Yeah, it's a good group, isn't it? Both together. You'd rather have them both together. Just need to make some adjustments to get them in. Both archers, both to the left, so probably conditions that are affecting them.
Yeah, start of the match. Try to feel their way in without giving up too much. Managed to find a way back across to the centre, but still adjusting a target there. Barankova of Slovakia finishes with 23.
7.
And it's 24, so just enough for Andersen to take the first 2 set points. Now, I refer to Barankova as a pocket rocket. She's small in stature, but she certainly packs a punch. We saw that in qualification. And it also demonstrates that archery is a sport for any kind of body build, any kind of type.
Yep, literally, we can get anyone shooting arrows, so it doesn't matter really your size or shape. I think if you get really, really tall, then it gets a bit of a problem with arrow length, because the taller you are, the longer the arrows you need, so you can struggle if you're really, really tall, but yeah, anyone can come try archery.
Yeah, so we've got a tall Dane on target 2 and a much shorter Slovakian on target 1. And you talk about, it's opened up a whole area that we could talk about for hours. I don't think many people would realise, unless they're archers, that the arrow lengths are different depending on basically how long your levers are.
Yeah, so it's relative to how long your arms are effectively, and there's a bit of, you can cut them to a certain length. You can see the clicker on the clicker plate, so within an inch or 2 the archer can cut them down very, very specifically, which also affects their spine.
Well, let's save that geek chat for later on and start talking about the flexion of the arrows as they leave the bow, etc., etc. There's a bronze medal at stake here. 2-0 to Andersen. Barankova will lead out, and she's having to reset there. Is that the wind?
I think I heard another arrow hit. I have a feeling that Kirstine Andersen shot her arrow out of sync here.
That is a good call. It does look like that has happened. Now, an 8 from Barankova. What's the ruling there?
Well, she shot out of turn. She will have lost her arrow, or was it just the cameraman who's... No, it definitely should have been Denisa to shoot first because she's trailing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got a miss. So she shot out of turn. It was not her turn to shoot. That 10 will become a miss. What a great end as well.
3 10s from Andersen, but she doesn't effectively get to shoot her 3rd arrow because she went early. What a mistake to make. And 3 8s. And it's just about enough for Barankova to draw level. That is a very unusual start to the second set. I don't think I've ever seen an archer going out of turn. How?
Really curious. They're obviously chatting to the line judge just now, but
well, this looks like it might well be that arrow that she shot first. Well, it was the first arrow clean into the target. Look how good that shot is as well. But it wasn't her turn to shoot. How would she make a mistake like that?
it's odd. Before the start of the end, the judge will go to each archer and say, you will shoot first, you will shoot second. So unless that was wrong, I don't know, I didn't see that or notice that at the time. Unless that was called wrong, I mean, that would be an issue. Because if you've just been told by the judge to shoot first, that's the only issue I can see. But the timing clocks are there for you as well. They're obviously having a chat about this. The coach behind you should also be telling you, you know, your clock's not started. Get off the line. You know, put your arrow away. But I'm not quite sure why she felt she should be up first, unless she was told by the line judge on the line to do so. But it's always the trailing archer, so we do switch, and you know that's part of it, that the trailing archer always go first. There's always an alternation.
Well, here you see the two archers shooting together at the beginning of that, and a red card coming up from the judge on the left-hand side as we look at it. There is a huge amount of confusion from both archers there at the start of that, but I think Kirstine Andersen actually clocked what had happened. I can only think that you're right, and the line judge has incorrectly told Kirstine Andersen that she's to shoot first, and she's just followed the instructions. How it wasn't picked up by the coach, yes, that's for debate. How it wasn't picked up by the judge before Andersen let go of the arrow is up for grabs.
The judge at that point isn't there to tell them to shoot or not. They're there with their card. If you're shooting out of sync, he did the right thing in that respect. He showed the red card and she continued to shoot. The coach was actually looking down at his pad, I think, if you look now. So see what's happening. He's looking, I think the coach is just looking down the scope, but he's not really aware either. It actually put Denisa off. You could see a little, because she was aware someone else shot and thought, whoa, hang on a minute, I'm a full draw, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, we thought it was she had been buffered by the window. I certainly did, and then you called it perfectly. You heard another arrow go. This is a debate that may take a little bit of time to resolve. One has to be fair, of course, to Kirstine Andersen, but equally, the other archer has done nothing wrong. Denisa Barankova was supposed to shoot first. And the toughest thing of all here is it was a brilliant set of 3 arrows from the Dane. And I think she's shaking her head because she's probably been told, look, you may well have been misadvised to shoot first, but you knew you were leading. You know that you will shoot second.
Yeah, the scores under the targets are showing the correct score as well. They were. It's now saying 2-2, but... well, I suppose it is if, you know, we're following through with it. So at the time, they showed her in the lead, and you'd never shoot first if you were in the lead. But she's got to reset herself here. I think we're going to continue as we are, 2 apiece. She's got to put that out of her mind. You know, that's gone. She shot a great 30. Well, go out there and do it again and see what happens now.
Yeah, certainly was a better 3 hours. 3/8 it was from Barankova, and she only beat her opponent by 4 points. Her opponent only had 2 arrows. Barankova all square though, 2 apiece as we go into the third set of 4 here. Another 8 from the Slovakian. Now, what's the temperament like, Kirstine Andersen? She's got it into the 9.
I don't know if you can see her eyes moved across then. I wonder whether she's staring at that clock as she comes up to make sure. You must be, you know, second judging yourself on everything before actually looking at the site.
Great finish from Barankova though. She's the one that's been disrupted as much as Andersen, so we've got a feel for her with a 27. She's going to snatch the points here to go 4-2 up. And Barankova perhaps benefiting from an error. But it was multiple errors really, wasn't it? I think the judges clearly called for Andersen to shoot first in the second set. That was the first mistake. Andersen not clocking it, not challenging it, the coach not clocking it and challenging it.
I mean, as an archer stood there, if we don't know, I'm only assuming, but if that judge came up to you and said you shoot first, I'll just do what the judge told me. You know, you're not interested in the score. You're trying to avoid most of the time what's going on around you. You just shoot when you're told to shoot. You get on with it. But the coach, really, that's the coach's job to see what's going on, to look down. You're in the lead. You shouldn't be shooting first. You know, really, that coach should have stepped in and done something. But it's just such an unusual thing to have happened.
Yeah, and the only reason that we're sort of putting the judge in the firing line here is because there was such a debate between them. If the judge had said exactly the right thing and that Barankova was going to shoot first, there's no way that Andersen would have stepped up to the line by the looks of things. So it's not... everyone can make a mistake. We're not questioning judge's ability here, but it's created a bit of controversy for us in this European bronze medal playoff. It is Barankova who is leading now by 4 set points to 2 as we go into the fourth. Can Kirstine Andersen get this one back together? Oh, straight into the 10.
Just out there, great shooting from both these archers. Well,
she's matching Andersen. That's all Barankova has to do here to keep this lead, and that is a big wide open door there. An 8 is all that's required to win. She shot a lot of them. And she shot another one, and that has taken her to a 6-2 victory. Denisa Barankova has taken the European bronze in, well, one of the most controversial matches that we've seen since our return to archery, with Kirstine Andersen shooting out of turn in what turned out to be a perfect 30 set for her, but only counting 2 of her arrows. What an incredible match, but the bronze medal goes to Slovakia's Denisa Barankova. Nikki, have you ever seen anything like it?
Not for a while. I mean, it's really rare, and often it's the timing clocks that were the wrong way round or something, or, you know, it's such a shame because, you know, it's obviously affected the result of this match. We don't know exactly why she shot out of turn, but, you know, we followed the rules. She shot when she shouldn't have shot. She gets a red card. She loses that arrow on that perfect 30. Such a shame.